Next we are going to move to this step with the green yarn. Make a slip knot like you have done for others. You can insert the hook. Now this time around we are not going to work into these stitches on top here. Now we are going to work into these spaces in between puff stitches here by placing 2 double crochet in between each puff stitch like this. So just insert the hook in between any puff stitch and insert the yarn color like this, a different yarn color I mean. Just pull through your work, chain 1, yarn over, insert the hook into that same space, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops, yarn over again, insert the hook into that same space, yarn over, pull through, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops, and yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops like this, and just repeat that all the way. Once you get a total of 8 double crochet with this, then mark that 8th stitch because that will be your first corner. Now count this as 2. You are going to count in a multiple of 2. 2. Now next you're going to make another 2 double crochet in here in the next space, the same way we have done for the previous one. Now let's count to see if we get 8 stitches. 2, 4, 6, 8. This is the 8th one. Now mark this stitch here because this will be your first corner. Just mark this stitch because it's the 8th one. So since we have a total of 32 stitches, then once you divide 32 stitches by 4, you are going to get a total of 8. So which means you have to count 8 stitches to create a total of 4 corners. This is another 8th one. Now just go ahead and mark it. Our last corner, just mark it. Now here you have just to slip stitch into this very first double crochet here on top of it. Chain 1 to close and you are done. Now you have just to go ahead and cut off the yarn. Next thing, we are now going to move to this last. Make a slip knot. You have to start in between here, not in between double crochet that are in the same stitch, but in between a pair of double crochet. That's where we are going to work. So you can just even start here or start in this first space here. Just insert the hook in like this. Chain 1, make 3 double crochet in that same space. Once you get 3 double crochet, now chain 2. In that same space again, make more 3 double crochet. Like this. That's our first corner. You can just remove the stitch marker if you want, or you can just leave it and come remove it later once you are done. In the next space here, make 3 double crochet. As well as into the next space here, make another 3 double crochet. Once you get these 3 double crochets like this that are separate without making this 6 double crochet in the same stitch, whereas it's the corner, once you get 3 of them like this, next in this next space we're going to make another corner. Make 3 double crochet in here, chain 2 and another 3 double crochet in the same space to create our second corner. Now here at this next part we're going to do the same thing we have done here. Next we are going to create our third corner in here. So make 3 double crochet, chain 2 and another 3 double crochet in that same space. Stitch markers are just there actually to guide, to know where you'll be placing your corners. Now at this, into this next 3 spaces, do the same thing like here. The last corner in here, once you get 3 spaces of double crochet without making it 6 double crochet in the same stitch. Once you are done, now you have just to slip stitch in on top of the first double crochet. Chain 1 to close, you can cut off the yarn. So this is how my sunburst granny square looks like. I have a total of 8, whereas I have used different yarn colors, as you can see. You can just go ahead and use any yarn you have at hand, so long as you have a total of 8 sunburst granny squares. The next thing what you're going to do, you're now going to join them. To join them, just try to have a separate of 4 sunburst square like this and a separate of 4 sunburst like this, and just make sure you have switched up your colors, not to have the same repetitive colors. You can use any color you have at hand, so long as it's a DK yarn. In my case, I'm going to use maroon to join them, so just go ahead and make a slip knot, and now just grab any square of your choice, and you can start working across it until you complete it. You can start in any corner and start making a normal double crochet like you have done for this last row. The same thing you are going to do for the joining. So just chain 1 and make 3 double crochet in this same space. Next, just make 3 double crochet into the next space here. Skip 3 stitches, these ones, then make 3 double crochet in this one, and just continue doing that all the way across until you come at the end. Just don't forget, in corners you have just to make the same way you have done for the previous row, whereas you have just to make 3 double crochet, chain 2 and 3 more double crochet into that same space. Make the last 3 double crochet into this last corner. Don't worry about these yarn tails, you can come with them in later when you are done. So now just try to look for the 3rd double crochet and slip stitch to join on top of that very first double crochet stitch. Chain 1. Do not cut off the yarn because we have to attach the next square to this one. Next you have to attach this square sunburst to this one. So just yarn over and grab the next square into this first corner, make a double crochet in, leave one loop like this, remove the stitch marker and insert it into the 3rd double crochet, which is this one, the next one here. On top of it, just grab this yarn and pull through like this. Make another double crochet into this corner, remove the stitch marker, look for the 2nd double crochet for this square that we have just completed, make another double crochet in, release. Just make sure you are making 3. Once you make 3 of them, you have released now. So once you have completed 3 double crochet in this corner, you have just to move on to the next stitch. Now you have to make another 3 double crochet into the next space here for this square that you haven't completed. Make 1 double crochet like this, release the hook into the next stitch, insert the other loop like this, just pull through and just continue doing that all the way until here. Now let's get into this corner again. Make the first double crochet in there and just do the same thing. 2nd double crochet, 3rd double crochet, now you have to make another double crochet in here, which is the 4th one and the 5th one and the 6th one. Complete it all the way until you come here, then that's when you can attach the next one. Once you come in this corner, place 3 double crochet, chain 2, another 3 double crochet, and just continue and do the same thing in here all the way. Once you come here, I'll meet you. Just make 3 double crochet in here, then I'll meet you to show you how you attach this sunburst to this one. Next, just go ahead and make 3 double crochet in this corner. Try to slip stitch in between the middle of this corner. Just try to look for the middle stitch. It's pretty much somewhere here. Just go ahead and do the same thing in here. Slip stitch, chain 1. Just make sure they are all facing the same side. As you can see, their tails are all up like this. Just make sure they are all facing the same side. Now the next thing, what you're going to do, here now to yarn over and insert the hook into here. Make the double crochet actually in this first corner, and just do the same thing. Now look for the next stitch, which is this one. Put it through, make the second double crochet in that corner, release your hook and insert into the next stitch like this. Third double crochet, release the hook like that. Now once you have completed 3 double crochet in that corner, now you have to move on to the next space, which is this one, the next space here. So now just go ahead and make 1 double crochet in there, release the hook, insert into the next stitch of the completed granny square starburst, and just continue doing the same thing all the way until you reach the corner. And just make sure you are not skipping any stitch across here, because if you skip one stitch, then your work will be messed up. You are trying to create the same number of stitches you have for this completed one to make them on the other granny square starburst. Once you are done making 3 double crochet in here, now you have just to continue making 3 more double crochet in here and continue working across it. 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet into that same space. Do the same thing all the way, as well as into this corner all the way. Once you come here, then you have just to look for the middle stitch here, slip stitch, chain 1, and start attaching this granny square to the other one. I'll just meet you once I come here to show you how you attach this granny square to these other completed ones. So once you come at the end here, make the last 3 double crochet in this corner, because last time when we have started, we have only placed 3. Now I have to complete this corner with the last 3 double crochet. Now look for the middle stitch of the previous corner for this. It's somewhere here. Just go ahead and make a slip stitch in between. Chain 1, make a double crochet in the corner of this other starburst that's not connected to others. Release the hook. Look for the third stitch, which is this one. It's always next to the first stitch that you have just made. Make the second double crochet, release the hook and insert it into the next stitch. Third double crochet, release the hook, insert it into the next space, just like that. Now move on to the next space here. Here we have just to make 3 double crochet. It's not a corner where we have to make 6. Once you come at the corner here, just go ahead and make the first 3 double crochet. Once you get your 3 double crochet, now just go ahead and make the last 3 double crochet without attaching the yarn to this other granny square. This is how your work must be looking like. As you can see, this is how your work is. So for now, you have just to continue doing the same thing all the way. Then once you reach here, don't forget to make 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, and just continue doing the same thing as well as in here. Then once you come here at this corner, you have to start attaching this to this one, doing this all the way until you come here. So once you are done making the first 3 double crochet in this corner, so now just go ahead and attach it to this other corner. Just do the same thing by completing the last 3 double crochet in the other piece while attaching it to this completed granny square star bust. Next, when you are done attaching them, as you can see, just make sure that these tails are inside like this for both pieces, and just try to put them together like this and mark this is where the opening of your bag will be. So that's why. So next you have just to make a slip knot and start working across the first one complete until you come here. Then once you come here, then that's when you start attaching this piece to the other piece, just the same way we have attached this granny square star bust together. We are pretty much using the same color. If you want to switch to the other color, you can still go ahead and do the same thing with the other yarn color. Make 3 double crochet in this space. Just make sure you have flipped your work like this. Chain 2. Make the next double crochet into that same space. Then just continue doing the same thing we have been doing. Make 3 double crochet into the next space. Only in corners you have to make 3 double crochet, 6 double crochet. Just go ahead doing the same thing all the way until here. So once you come here, I'll make sure to show you how you attach it to the other piece. Once you have completed your last 3 double crochet in here, it's now time to attach this other piece to the other one, and just make sure these yarn tails are inside. So just put it together on top of the other one like this, and pretty much you have just to join the same way we have joined these other ones. So just insert the hook into this very first corner in here, yarn over and make the first double crochet in that first corner. Release the hook and just do the same thing, and make a total of 6 double crochet in that corner before we move on to the next space. So just continue doing that the same way we have done all the way until you come here. Once you come here, you can just go ahead and cut off the yarn, because the next step what we're going to do, we're going to add our straps. To make the back strap, actually we are going to work in between this, the one that's actually opposite with this middle part on both sides. To make the back strap, make a slip knot and chain 5. Once you get 5 chains, now make a single crochet in, sorry, not a single crochet, but it's a half double crochet. To make a half double crochet, yarn over, insert the hook into the second chain from the hook, yarn over, pull through 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Now just continue making half double crochet all the way until the end. Once you come at the end here, just chain 1 and turn your work. Next, yarn over again, insert the hook into this very first stitch from the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and just continue making half double crochet all the way until you have a total of 54 rows. When you are done, just cut off the yarn, but you must leave a little bit long tail for joining this strap to the back. Then I'll show you how you attach this strap to the back. And make sure you are grabbing both loops when you are working. Do not only work in back loops. Next, when you are done, this is how your strap must be looking like. Make sure you have made two of them equally. They must both have a total of 54 rows. The next thing, we have to attach it to the back. The one I have already done it off camera. Now the next one I have to do it on camera so I can show you how I have to attach the other one. You have to do so with a yarn needle. Just make sure it's not twisted. You have now to place it somewhere here in the middle, like this. It must not be twisted. So to do so, as you can see, so these are the middle part where you have to attach it. Make sure your back straps, they are opposite to each other. And when you are joining, just make sure you are grabbing both loops. So just go ahead and do the same thing on the other side, as well as for the other strap. You can go back again and do the same thing like this, just to make sure your strap is perfectly attached to the back.